Before I start, I just want to say that LST is really hard, like really, really hard. If you're not incredibly good at look ahead, do not learn LST. So LST is a stacking method used in a 2-7 stack that allows you to use all your T pieces for T spins. If you don't use your T piece for a T spin, people call this waste T. And I'm only going to talk about the ideal pattern for LST stacking. I'm not going to do anything on recovering back to perfect LST stacking. So firstly, let's try to get a hang of what the overhangs look like. I'm going to start with nothing in the first 5 columns, and on one side you repeat LNS, on the other you repeat JZ. This is the first pattern. However, you should note that the JZ side, so the right side, it doesn't have to be a JZ. Your stack can just mimic the JZ shape, and I'll show these alternate JZ patterns in my demo. Since the LS is required on the left side, sometimes you'll need to hold onto those pieces. There's going to be a lot of dependencies that you wouldn't normally call a dependency, and you might notice that it's just a bunch of fractals on top of each other, and yeah, they are. If your T piece comes late, you can set up a fractal. And another thing you can do if your T piece comes late is double up the S and the Z pieces. So the important thing to take away from this optimal example is to know how tall your overhang has to be. So if you've got an L on the left side, your overhang has to be 2 blocks tall, and if you've got an S on the left side, the overhang has to be 1 block tall. If you want to create the overhang super early, you'll end up with this 1-2-1-2 pattern. So if you want to make a 1 tall overhang, the overhang after that will have to be 2 tall, and then 1 tall, and then 2 tall, etc. And once you understand this 1-2-1-2 aspect of LST, you pretty much know all of 5% of LST. The last 90% is the hell that is stacking the 7 side. Next, I'm going to show you the opener. This is a flat top TKI. It can either look like this or like this. And you can also mirror it on the other side as well. If you're having trouble getting into freestyle LST from flat top TKI, you can check Four.lol for the second and third T-spin continuations. Finally, I'm going to briefly talk about the concept of parity. If you ever need to place your T somewhere, make sure you have a second T to resolve the mess that you make with the first T piece. Having one T piece in your stack is called having incorrect parity, and having incorrect parity makes stacking the 7 side a lot harder. An extreme example could be the 3 side of 6-3 stacking. You want the 3 side to be 3x4 boxes, right? But if you put a T piece into that side, you just gotta FF go next. So to solve that problem, you put a second T piece in the soup, and only then are we ready to serve. It's the same idea with LST parity. 1 T is bad, 2 T's is fine. And with that out of the way, I'm gonna do my demonstrations. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with a flat top TKI, and I'm not gonna focus on the stacking that much. I'm just going to look at the overhangs for this demonstration. Okay, so we're about ready to go into freestyle LST. So yeah, right about now is where we start paying attention. Okay, I need a 1 tall overhang because I got an S piece here. I need a 1 tall overhang, so what's the best way I can do that? Well, I have a JLI piece, so one of these pieces are going to be my 1 tall overhang. This S piece, I guess you can make an argument that you can do this and have a 1 tall overhang, like 1 block here, but I don't like that because it probably doesn't look too cute, so we're going to do this instead, put this over here, and use an I piece as our 1 tall overhang. So what we're actually doing here as well is creating an L dependency on the far left side. Once we take this T-spin, we need an L to be here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to stall a little bit until we get this L piece, because it's dependent over here. Okay, so now we just need to place some pieces somewhere else until we get the L piece here, and then we're going to be good. And I'm actually going to forecast the next T as well by putting this S piece here. So this overhang has to be 1 block tall, so this Z piece should do the job. Okay, take the T-spin, and I did create an I dependency here, but I knew that I had a second I piece coming soon, so it didn't really matter to me. That is not meant to go there. S piece goes here, and the T is meant to go in this column here, but this is perfect LST. Let's look at a different example now. Okay, flat top, oh, I guess not. Flat top TKI.
Hello, this demo I am going to whisper because it is so late at night. I'm just going to get started with TKI. And let's get into the freestyle portion. This stuff you just find on Four.lol. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the stacking in this demo. 99% of your runs will die because your right hand side is way too spiky, or it's just, not very flat. So you have to really, really make sure that you're not screwing up the right hand side stack. Alright, and here is a perfect situation where I've actually stacked 2 flat. So I have double C and O. I have nothing to really lodge my Z piece on, so I'm going to have to double up here. But only double up once. If I double up twice, I won't have enough S pieces to triple up, I guess. And we're just hoping we're hoping for an S piece here. And we get it. Okay. So here, again, I have to be very careful about making this right side stack spiky, and it's already spiky. So ideally, I want to place the C piece here. If I place the J piece here, and then place the I piece here, I create a massive dependency in this fifth column, the sixth column I mean, and that's not what we want to do. So I think I'm going to try to burn this J piece somewhere. I mean, I'm gonna take the Tetris, place the C piece here, and then use a different piece as an overhang. So this looks like a better solution. Alright, fantastic, perfect. Okay, I put this here. I'm not going to put this eyepiece here. Remember how I said like LS on this side and JC on this side? Well, I have a C for this right side, but I don't have a J. Right? The J is probably somewhere down here in the queue. So I have to rely on a different piece to make the J shape because it's just not coming. Scratch that, the J's right here. But I didn't know how far down it was. Okay. So this overhang is fine. And something that Circulation said in his guide that really stuck was you want to fill in holes. You want to fill in 2 column holes with your O piece on this right side stack. That usually results in something pretty clean. So here I'm going to place an O piece here, and then this I piece here. Okay. And now I need to create an overhang with probably the J piece, the L piece here. But the problem is the stack. I don't like the stack when I do this. Scratch that, I love the stack. This is a brilliant stack, never mind. Okay. Right. So next up, we got a Z piece here, and then my S piece is going here. Okay. So this L piece is going here, this C piece is going here, and I have to figure out a way to make the right side stack somewhat flat. And I think no matter what I do, I should be able to be good. This S piece goes here, and I can use this this J piece to flatten out the right 3 columns here. Jokes, I'm using it here as the overhang because this L piece comes pretty late in my queue, so I don't know how long it's going to be for me to need it. Wow, that was some crazy thunder. Now, we need an overhang here. Another thing that I've noticed is that using a J piece on this slot right here somehow always works. I legit don't know why. If someone wants to explain that, I'm not that good at LST, by the way. I just know how to do it. But yeah, LPs here for some reason just always works. So yeah, that's something you can keep in mind, I guess. When I say always, I don't actually mean always. It just somehow works most of the time. Right. So I'm putting my eyepiece here, creating an eye dependency on the far right side, but I see my eyepiece in the queue. That's why I created that dependency. I knew that I could resolve it. And I see a problem here. The problem is that the T piece is coming way too late, so I might try to double up here. Perfect. So I stacked in a way to allow this double up to happen. That was some crazy thunder again. Okay, so now this right side is getting just a little bit sussy, so I'm going to fix that by just flattening it out generally. Once you got a hang of the overhangs, this has to be flat at all times. Again, this L placement for some reason always works. Okay. If you want to explain, I think the reason why L here is usually good is because I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. For a second I thought I had reasoning there, but I didn't, so unlucky, mate. Okay. Now, this is where a lot of people will kill their runs. We have a bunch of pieces here. We have a C dependency here, an L dependency on this side. We need to use the other C. O, J. Is that a J? I hope it's a J. A J. J. This is L, this is J, this is J. And an S and I. We need to use those pieces to make a flat right side stack. Some people might put this here and then put this here and screw everything up. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure it's flat. So I piece here. Let's think about this in advance. I piece here. This goes here. This goes here. And we can flatten this out by putting J here, S here, and then L there. And we're good. Double C here, create an I dependency because I know I'll get an I piece soon. Tetris. That's the game we're playing, by the way, Tetris. We're going to take this T-spin, and again, these T pieces come in late, so we might need a double up here. Okay, and again, the problem here is, if I put this L here, I will create an S dependency, and I already need this S, so I don't know how far the S is going to come in my queue, so it could be dangerous. Putting this here is terrible. I might just hold. I just held. My bad. I can't hold. Okay. We're going to hope that we get an S piece. Don't mind. We don't need an S piece. We can actually use a C piece as the overhang. Actually, no. We're going to use an S piece as the overhang. Never mind. The overhang doesn't have to be on the right. It can be on the left as well. And so that's what we're going to do. And here we're actually going to double up. Here I'm not doubling up with double S, double C. I'm doubling up with double S and an I piece. They've raised the height difference of 4. Both of them have a height difference of 4. I mean, both. I can't speak, sorry. Both. You know what? You get the idea, okay? I just held for some reason. Anyway. So I need that I piece to fix the height difference. So I'm going to hold and use this J piece instead of the I piece because I need it. It's a dependency. Alright. Take the Tetris. Take the T-spin. My god, that thunder. Okay. And I'm going to stop as soon as I get to 50. It would be a shame if I killed the back-to-back, wouldn't it? Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. If you watched this far, that's fantastic, dude. Like and